So the Santa Claus outfit, man.
Oh yeah,
How do you? Why?
yeah. Yeah, no, literally, I just thought I thought it'd be funny. That's literally it.
Yeah.
And it
So
was Christmas time, so I figured I'll do a Christmas special. It might get a few more views, but yeah, just thought it'd be funny, get a few views. I probably wouldn't go that far again because that was a little bit in my early days, and now these days I'm like a little more serious.
yeah.
The last straw for me was playing mini golf with the Predator that showed up to the mini golf course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get that silly again.
What makes you not want to do it? Do you just want to have people take it more seriously, or is it just like you don't need to do like you don't feel the need to do it?
That and it's really partially because YouTube is cracking down on this whole new policy they got, and they basically are saying that they don't want content that shows a individual being accused of misconduct with a minor, basically, unless there is sufficient educational or documentary context, is how they worded it. Yeah, so now I'm basically making straight up like sort of educational documentaries. So for that reason, it has to be a little more serious.
Wow.
You know,
So you caught on to that because a lot of platforms are getting destroyed. But YouTube is taking down a lot of platforms that are doing predator catching, and you're not one of them. You got to stay alive, right?
for now at least, they've taken a couple videos down, but for now, my channel still remains, and I'm just trying to play by their rules.
Yeah, it's scary, man.
It really is. When I first saw that, it was like, wow, this is kind of everything that my channel is built off of. All right, gotta see what happens. And sure enough, I want to say like a week later, after they sent out that memo, they took down my video with over 3 million views, which is the most viewed one. The one where the guy shows up in a SpongeBob shirt and his wife is calling him the whole time. I'm pretty sure you've probably seen that one. It's the most popular one, but yeah, they said that it violated their harassment, threats, and cyberbullying policy. Like basically that I was putting this video out and it incites people to harass this person. Predator or not, it's they want to protect all of their users.
Yeah.
Even if they're pedophiles,
Because you got to think
unfortunately.
about it. Your platform is the only type of content where you're literally exposing somebody directly as an individual that's not a celebrity or an entertainer or anything like that. So
pretty much
that's the only. It's like
That's
you guys
pretty much
probably
what it
opened up a new category for them as far as what's getting banned.
Basically,
Yeah.
between like me, Dap, and a few other of the groups, basically sort of made this whole subgenre on YouTube.
Yeah.
And what really started YouTube getting down on it was certain groups not going about it the right way, slandering and harassing, borderline bullying these predators in the actual videos, normalizing bullying them. So YouTube is just like all across. They are slowly trying to shut it down, but I'm trying to stay within their means and make it sort of more about the educational side of it. Basically, is what I'm doing now.
For me, like I'm like I watched a few of the videos and I'm always getting dumbfounded because the predator is bringing food and Happy Meals comes up more than once, and I'm just thinking like what the is going on with that? Like, is that like are you telling them to bring these Happy Meals, or like how does that work?
Yeah, we're telling them to bring them, I guess, for further entertainment value, basically, just to see if they'll actually do it. I mean, one, it shows like further intent, like they actually have something for the girl they're trying to meet. And then the second part is audience retention, them like laughing at it. Basically, there were two instances where we got guys to bring out a Happy Meal. One of them, the guy didn't bring it in, but he did have it in his car, and he took a picture and sent it. So it was we knew he had it, so that still counts.
Yeah.
Recently, we got a guy to bring a pizza to a hotel room. That one's not out yet, but that one's gonna be a banger for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I noticed another thing too is that it's not always the same thing area. Like you're doing different houses and you're doing different areas and you're meeting.
Can't be the same area.
Yeah, I know the one in Allen Park. That's the house, right? Now,
Yeah.
how do you get access to that? Like, how do you?
Airbnb.
Oh, so you just Airbnb it, and then
Yeah.
do you have to notify them like what's going on, or do you just go like we're
We
going?
kind of just do it, and we kind of just hope that they're not against exposing predators, basically.
Now, how concerned are you with the security factor, right? If somebody comes in, Chris Hansen probably has like 6 guard. We don't know where they're hiding or who's
Right.
stopping the shooting or a gun being pulled out from happening. How do you protect yourself?
Well, we all go into it with the mindset of, anything can happen, and we're all on board with taking the risk. We kind of assume that most likely nothing is going to happen because it's like, okay, there's 3 of us. Usually we're in a public place with cameras and lights. They see the camera, so they know that everything's being recorded. So just based off those things, we pretty much know that they're not going to do anything. But in the instance where, we're having them come to a house, I have, usually there's like two of my friends that are doing like sort of security, and then one of my friends is like my cameraman. So there's a house of like 4 of us pretty much. And I'm pretty much always calm and collective the whole time, and nothing really gets escalated where anyone's getting heated or anything like that. So that's another thing. On top of that, I always come out in this, the suit jacket and the badge, and I look pretty official. So 9 times out of 10, they usually think I'm like police or something. So
Yeah.
chances of them doing anything are pretty low, I would say.
Okay, so you're kind of playing the odds, like, all right, most likely,
Pretty much,
nothing
yeah.
can turn out of this.
Yeah.
As far as retaliation and stuff like that, how do you do you look over your shoulders? Do you think about that stuff?
Yeah, I do. I do. I do think of, one of these guys wanting to, I guess, get revenge on me in some way for me exposing him on the internet. But then I also think, that guy would have to be pretty dumb to do that. Or he would have to decide that he has nothing to live for. And I'm going to, try to find this guy or whatever. It's just something, you gotta live with. And I have taken the precautions to protect myself if that were to ever occur.
Yeah, because you'd have to imagine that, if you're doing something revolving around content creation, it's the only thing I can think of where somebody's going to want to do something to you because of the fact that it destroyed their whole life, basically.
Right.
Because they made a dumb decision. It was exposed over the internet. Now their life is ruined. And it's like, well, this one person in their mind is the cause of this. I
could see that thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, because you're when you're not in the right state of mind when your life's probably falling apart around you. Do you ever go in feeling guilty ever of maybe exposing somebody and knowing? Do you ever look at them like maybe this was just you just weren't thinking, or do you look at every one person as the same? Like, no, you up. That's it. It's over.
There's a particular few that I look at and they're like, maybe they're just really lonely, and maybe they weren't thinking the most clearly, but at the end of the day, they still ultimately made the decision to talk sexual and try to meet up with who they thought was for instance. So
yeah,
they're kind of in the same boat as the rest. But then you got the ones that are really bad, and it's like, okay, exactly what you're doing. You're trying to be very careful in the text messages. And some of them even say that, I can get arrested for this, so I got to be careful. Actually type it.
Yeah.
So those ones, it's like, come on, you really don't have remorse for those ones. But there are a few where it's like, I can kind of see, you're lonely, this, and this, but it doesn't make it okay.
Yeah, right. So either way, it's like we're gonna have to do what we have to do anyway.
Pretty much, yeah.
My favorite part about the whole thing is that it's a deterrent from people to take the risk of trying to do this. It's like, I can't do this because Skeeter might get me.
Exactly. That's a thing too. So that's also what we're going for, to spread awareness and to stop, adults from trying to meet up with teens online. And if they know that I'm out here doing this, Dap is out here doing this, and this person is out here doing this, it's like, okay, if you go on an app and someone tells you they're 13, chances are you're talking to me or 5 other people doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Or the cops. So
yeah, man, I was watching one of your videos, and again, the funny aspects of it really shine to me because it's like